I sit in my childhood home alone, feeling more unsafe here in Mexico than I ever did in New York. I was treated aggressively by racist guards, and police disguised as gang members intimidated me into signing my own deportation papers without a court hearing. These are the stories of individuals who have been deported, according to the article titled, "When you're deported, you become nothing." There are numerous stories that people have suffered through, which brings me to my story. Around 1952, both sets of my grandparents and my father took 9-day boat trips to move to Canada from Italy. They were seeking a better life for themselves and their children, and they wanted to be with their relatives who were already here in Canada. They struggled adjusting to the new culture for many years. Although my family struggled and suffered through many hardships, eventually they got full-time jobs and built a better life for themselves and their families. Coming from a full Italian background, with both sets of grandparents unable to speak English and who held full Italian culture, I grew up in a typical Italian family. We value spending time with family, Italian cuisine, and keeping things traditional. Although I have a strong Italian background, I'm also proud to be born and raised in Canada, where multiculturalism is accepted and everyone offers something new. Being surrounded by numerous cultures, I've had the opportunity to broaden my horizons from my Italian background to learn more about other individuals and their traditions. One life-changing experience for me was going to university in Ottawa. There's not a lot of diversity present in my hometown, as most people also come from Italian backgrounds. Going to university in Ottawa, the nation's capital, I had the opportunity to be exposed to cultures I've never been exposed to before, and learn and ask questions about what different people around the world did for their traditions. I realized how present multiculturalism actually was in Canadian society and how everyone had something different to offer and contribute to our diverse population. Although each person may hold different views, cultures, and traditions, we are all united and have the chance to learn from each other. This brings me to question the new immigration laws that are being implemented in the United States. Kerwin outlines that integrating immigrants into our society strengthens communities. However, he also outlines the need the American administration feels to respond to the concerns of the Americans. Although Trump has chosen to respond to these concerns in an untasteful way, one must consider a historic perspective of why some Americans undermine immigrants in light of the following. First, the record U.S. foreign-born population of 43 million. Second, the 9/11 attacks and several terrorist atrocities throughout the world. And third, the struggles of many Americans who feel that their prospects and their children's prospects are diminishing. President Trump addresses immigration law and his immigration policies that follow economic nationalism. Trump's program is based on an American-first standpoint, which seeks primarily to protect American workers and industries. The immigration policies center around major areas, some including the completion of the border with Mexico, porting immigrants, screening refugees, and curbing legal immigration. President Trump has made statements that the people are invading America and they must immediately bring these people back to where they came from. Although I understand that there are certain laws in place, I do feel for the individuals who are seeking a better life, as my family can relate to this and the hardships that these individuals may be facing. Trump further expresses his concerns surrounding immigrants and the current issues America is facing. Trump blames immigrants for the crimes, murders, assaults, sexual assaults, and weapon charges. I understand the state of worry America is currently in, as this affects the feeling of safety and security of the citizens. Americans have the right to feel safe in their country and in their homes. In contrast, Rio points out that through her research, that undocumented residents see themselves as law-abiding individuals who valued legal order and respected national sovereignty, notwithstanding their violations of U.S. immigration law, and who immigrated because it was the only morally appropriate way to fulfill their deeply felt personal responsibility to provide for their families. Derby and colleagues outline that there is current debate over preferred U.S. immigration policy and whether it should focus primarily on skill-based or family-based immigration. It is unclear in U.S. society if it will be better off if they admit immigrants based on their skills and education rather than on family ties. This is where some of my confusion lies. Some policymakers consider the breadth of services that exist for immigrants and the new kind of services they are willing to create, if any, for newcomers. Furthermore, to add to the debate, plenty of research points to the numerous benefits of family unity for the economic, social, and psychological well-being of U.S. citizens. Helping immigrants preserve and rebuild their families may indirectly strengthen the health and well-being of the entire U.S. population. According to the National Academics of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine, a recent report concluded that immigration has an overall positive impact on the U.S. economy. This suggests that a predominantly family-based migration system offers net economic benefits. According to the report, and from my family's experience, immigrants rely on family networking for employment, housing, transportation, schooling, medical care, and the list can go on. Research suggests that both high and low-skilled immigrants are crucial for sustained economic growth, which is a factor that must be considered when creating new immigration policies. The benefits of immigrants cannot go unnoticed or undermined as they are evident throughout society. I am left confused as I believe that the U.S. immigration laws should support the nation's interests, reflect its values, and take into account the perspectives of individuals and communities most affected by U.S. policies. This system should be reflective of an inclusion vision of national identity. It has been argued that family-based immigration furthers a core national interest, contributed necessary workers, and facilitates immigration integration. I am left feeling confused and still have unanswered questions surrounding the immigration laws and what's best for America and their sense of safety and security. After seeing and reading about the lengths that people will go to seek a better life and be with their families, it is difficult not to feel for these individuals and the suffering they are enduring. Everyone is entitled to their rights, and no one should be stripped of their rights because of their background or culture. This is an issue that leaves me conflicted, as I can see both sides of the debate, especially because I can personally relate.